Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Sagicor Group Jamaica, wise financial thinking for life. National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development. Barita, making money work for you. Our silver sponsor, Anybet, and our bronze sponsors, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way.
Same time I hear all the fans them go. Game time now cause the referee blow. Excitement from the left, the star roll. Which team you feel gon' score the first goal? From all over the world people are turn up. Unity we say, nothing couldn't hurt us. This is our game, we love the World Cup. Competition with us.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Nationwide 90 FM's live and extended coverage of the FIFA World Cup being played in Canada, Mexico, and the USA. Well, I suppose a few of those countries are now being stripped off, could be called co-hosts anymore. Yes, they're co-hosts, but games are, for instance, in Canada. Yesterday we saw the sixth and final game at the BMO Stadium, and what a game it was. What a game to bring the World Cup campaign in Canada to a close. That matchup between Portugal, of course, and Croatia. So while we look ahead to the big game this morning, the first game, the first of a triple bill, it's the last day of the round of 32, and it's the three games on as usual. Later on will be Colombia against Ghana. That's the nightcap. But the defending champions, Argentina, will take on the Cape Verde. That's 10 islands out in the South Pacific, and that game should also bring a lot of eyes onto those two teams, given the story of the Cape Verde team. So it's Australia against Egypt, the Socceroos against the Pharaohs, and that game will be played at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's set to kick off at 1 o'clock, so in just about 23 or so minutes from now, we should have a kickoff in Texas between the Socceroos and the Egyptian Pharaohs. And of course, my name is Wayne Walker, and this afternoon, I'm working the shift in the expert analyst chair with Valdane Legister, former FIFA referee, and accomplished coach and administrator, Andrew Price. All right, gentlemen, good afternoon, and thanks so much again for sitting in these very, very hot chairs. They're hot chairs because people dissect everything you say and either compliment or criticize them, it's fine. It's par for the course. That's what we do. Once again, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wayne.
All right, so Andrew, let me throw this one at you very, very quickly. Australia against Egypt. Egypt clearly would have been the more established of the two. Well, maybe not necessarily, but in terms of producing big names for global clubs, Egypt. But Australia has been to the World Cup on many occasions. In fact, this is their third trip to the knockout round, because they didn't have a round of 32, always round of 16. But the thing with the Australians is that whenever they're knocked out in the knockout round, it's always to the champions, eventual champions. In 2006, Italy knocked them out, and in 2022, it was Argentina. This year, they are facing Egypt in the first round, but they're also on course of facing Argentina again if they beat Egypt today. But what sort of a matchup are we looking at? Australia against Egypt?
It's going to be an exciting matchup. I mean, I think Egypt did enough to win their group.
Well, no, they finished
second. Well,
third.
Third.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They were in the pole position up to the last game, and I think they did enough to get to this stage. They have a little bit more quality than the Australian team. People like Mamouche and Salah. I think they bring a little extra quality. But, and there's a big but, this Australia team is a workhorse team.
Yes.
They'll do whatever it takes to win games. I remember vividly against the game with Turkey, they were under the cosh. They had our hydration break, and right after the hydration break, they hit
Turkey
on the counter and won the game 2-0 comfortably. So there are teams that are very plucky, and I expect a very good matchup, but I just believe that the extra quality that Egypt has, that they should be able to get the victory.
Valdane, you agree?
Yes, I do agree. It should be an exciting game. There's not much to differentiate, but I think the talisman in terms of Salah might be the difference. As Andrew said, Australia is a workhorse kind of team, and they will play for 90 minutes. They will not give up, and I expect them to do just that. But again, the quality that Egypt has might just be the trump card.
Yeah, we're talking about Omar Mamouche from Manchester City and Salah. Those two would have made any team in the world very potent, at least in attack. But Andrew, you hit the nail on the head. Tony Popovich has put together a very disciplined Australia team that is designed to sort of stay compact and look for counterattacks. And it's representative of Australian lives. Every Australian sports team, they have that sort of mentality about them. If you check their track and field people, they're cricketers, you know, they're rugby players. It's the way, the Australian way of life.
It's their work ethic, and that is it, Wayne. I think they work hard. They may not be as talented as the rest of the world, but whatever sport they take up, they put a lot of effort into it, and they try and get the end result. And like I said, I believe that Egypt will not have this their way entirely. They're going to have to play for it.
We'll actually see Egypt beating Australia today. Australia beating Egypt today. That's what I see. But while we're here talking about the Australian team, they need to score. Only 3 goals so far in this tournament. After 3 games, 3 goals, they now need to step up in this phase of the competition. And 3 goals won't cut it.
At this stage of the competition, you don't need a lot of goals. All you need is 1 goal. And this team is very dangerous because they have that ability to get that 1 goal and then defend it, because they are a workhorse kind of team. So a lot of goals is not necessarily important.
Except that in this round of 32, so far we've not seen any 1 goals. We've seen a litany of goals, which is why they probably need to come prepared to score more than the one that they've been scoring.
It depends on how open both teams play. And if it's an open game, then it's going to be an exciting game. I am of the opinion that Australia will more play a counter-attacking game, have their defensive solidity, and ensure that they are circumspect around the back. And when they have the opportunity, they counter the Egyptian team.
Yeah, the outstanding goalkeeper and captain, veteran Matthew Ryan. They've also got the wily defender, lanky defender, robust Harry Souttar. They've been outstanding so far for Australia. There's a young player who is playing for Feyenoord. I saw him when I watched Raheem Sterling in the Dutch season just now. Jordan Boss. You're going to have a chance to see him. It's an outstanding player. This Australia team, they might not possess the big names, but they've got a team to do one over on Egypt today. And if the Pharaohs are not careful, they could be beaten here today. As I say, the Pharaohs are into this round of competition for the first time, so it's uncharted territory for them. Trezeguet, who plays in Al Hilali in the Saudi League, is a fantastic winger. So add to Marmoush and Salah, they've got Trezeguet, and of course they've got a reliable goalkeeper in Mustafa Shabir, who is also another brilliant player. Emu Ashore is also a creative midfielder who the Egyptians will be looking to spark them into life today. Again, we're set to kick off at 1 o'clock, and you're joining us for the first time. You're watching our coverage here on Nationwide TV. You're listening to us on Nationwide Radio. And thank you so much to all the people who have been telling me and us how great they are to have Nationwide bringing the World Cup, because it gives them the sort of latitude to go about their business, do stuff, and still watch and listen to a pre-game show, post-game show, and the halftime show as well. We're 2 minutes away from the break, but gentlemen, while we look at Australia against Egypt, we're also going to quickly just go back a little, since we didn't have the pleasure of having you guys yesterday. It was another crazy day yesterday. Another crazy day. I saw the game of the tournament so far between Portugal and Croatia. And this definitely is for Valdin Legister. There's so many things that happened in that game that it falls into his lane. And Valdin, let's just go through them one by one. So let's just start with the penalty that Portugal got, that Cristiano dispatched so brilliantly. Do you remember that incident, the holding incident in the
Yes.
Many people believe it was the wrong decision. Many believe it was the right decision. What say you?
The thing is, when you ask yourself the question, was there holding? Yes, there was holding. Was there an impact on the attacking player? Yes, there was an impact. So what defenders have to be careful is not to hold. Don't give the referee a decision to make. So that is what I would say to players. Don't give the referee a decision to make, because they will make the decision.
Yeah. One of the things, Andrew, you remember the incident?
Yes,
good.
definitely.
I agree with the referee. Let me start by saying that. I agree with the referee. And let me tell you why I agree with the referee. Not only did the Croat held on to the Portuguese, he held on to a Portuguese who was on his way to heading that ball goalwards. Yeah? So it prevented the player that he held from hitting the ball in the back of the net. Had he hold on to another player who wasn't directly involved in the play, maybe. But the fact that that player was on his way to hitting the ball, and because he held him, he prevented him from doing that. That's why I agree with the referee.
Impact that it had.
That's a call it impact.
The impact that it had, yes.
FIFA warned players that there are about 18 cameras, correct me if I'm wrong, Valid, in the stadium.
Yeah.
They get all the angles. And players have to be very careful, especially in the penalty box. Now, some players will hold you and release you, and therefore it doesn't have an effect on the play. But this player definitely held him for a long enough period where it could have been seen, and the referee had no option than to point to the spot.
So you agree with the call?
Yes, I agree with it.
Good. We're up on 12:45. We're heading to 1 o'clock, yeah? And it's Australia against Egypt at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. That's the first game of a triple bill that we have for you today. It's a final day of the round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. Later on this afternoon, it will be Argentina against the Cape Verde Island. And then later on at about 8:32 in the nightcap, it's Colombia against another African team, Ghana. Let's see how that one will unfold. Colombia has been very, very, very good at the World Cup this year. So much so many people believe that they've got the possibility, if things work out for them, that they could wiggle their way through a deep, deep spot, possibly even a semi-final spot. That is how good they think this Colombia team is, all right? So those three are the games that we have for you on the cap. We're going to go for a break now. And when we come back, we'll continue to talk about that game last night between Portugal and Croatia, because there was a crucial call made on the 120th minute of play, and it has the world still talking about it. Was it or was it not a foul? Why did the referee disallow the Croatian goal? Why did the referee cut short Luka Modric's World Cup sojourn? It was a brilliant, brilliant one, and we'll talk about that little number 10 as well when we come back from this break. Let's do it.
Campari, red passion. 3 bills that are for your drink, and 18 bills for the floss. Aye, they are the bar, just get a text. Buy for your link up, she want make a flex. Buy a Campari, you know what's next. Ashley, I call up, wifey, don't vex. Head to your nearest community bar and get your Campari for the recommended drink price of $300 for a drink and $1,800 for the flask. Campari, red passion. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. Burger King, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Cheese and peas, man I like. I got me say, when me taste the new cheesy fries. Just 5 bills with creamy cheese sauce. I load it up your way, you are the boss. Everybody sing this part. Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas.
Get the new cheesy fries, limited time only at Burger King.
A voice you love returns home.
I gotta tell ya.
This August, afternoons on Nationwide on air and online will never be the same.
Yo, enjoy your Jamaica. UDC summer. A UDC summer, I don't know, so ding dong ravers. I mean, I tell you, say start in the 27th of June. Gather your friends, your family, the whole crew, and visit the world's famous Duns River Falls. You see, have 6 sound to go. The 6th person go in free. Start your first visit, collect your Duns River Falls passport, and go and collect some stamp. Can you see after your 5th visit, the 6th one have free. And look out for UDC Summer Bonfire Saturdays. Check the press for details.
A voice, a personality you love returns to Nationwide this August. Afternoons on air and online at Nationwide will never be the same.
Win with KFC, big league, join the league. Win a trip to Brazil, all you mean? Yeah. Big deal, meal deal, big match. Just buy KFC and win that. From now until July 20th, 2026, buy a big deal or meal deal for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Brazil. Courtesy of KFC. That's $500,000 cash from Best Dressed Chicken. 11 weekly winners score free KFC for a year. 65-inch TVs, smartphones, and more. Just WhatsApp your receipt to 876-784-7811 to enter and win big in the KFC Big League.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting Gaming and Lotteries.
Are you looking for unbeatable deals this July? Then head on down to Hose Assembly and Supply Limited. It's the HAS July sale and everything must go. For the entire month of July, save up to 20% off yard sale items and get 15% off petroleum service and maintenance products. Plus, enjoy weekly giveaways all month long. Visit Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, 173 to 177 Hagley Park Road or 18 to 19 Montego Bay Trade Center. Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't miss the HAS July sale. More than just hoses, more than just savings. A voice you love returns home. This August, afternoons on Nationwide on air and online will never be the same.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM's FIFA World Cup 2026 coverage. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by our FIFA World Cup sponsors, KFC, it's finger licking good, Digicel, powered by you, connected by us, Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you, Sagicor Group Jamaica, Wise Financial Thinking for Life, National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development, Barita, making money work for you, Anybet, your best bet, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way. Nationwide 90 FM's World Cup coverage, bringing you every match, every goal, and every moment wherever you are.
Welcome back to our coverage of World Cup 2026. It's Australia against Egypt. That's this game that we have on tap for you this morning. It's going to be kicking off at the Arlington Stadium, the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, in just about 9 or so minutes from now. So we'll be heading over shortly to join our commentators. But we're still talking about that crunch game last night between Portugal and Croatia. We really looked at the incident that brought about the Portuguese penalty that Ronaldo dispatched quite expertly. Now, pretty much the last kick of the game, it would have been. And Croatia thought that they had miraculously brought themselves back and pushing for extra time last night in Toronto. It was a raucous crowd, a splash of red around the stadium, so they were really up, their tails were up. And the referee, the assistant referee, wanted for the goal scorer to turn around, and it was Vardiol who scored, right? Yeah, Jesper Vardiol, who played for Manchester City. He looked around to see the flag of the assistant referee, and Croat's heart were broken. That is still a talking point around the world. Was it the right call by the referee to rule the goal out, or was it the wrong call? And we've got no better person than Valdin Legister to sort of walk us through these controversial issues. Valdin, you understand again. What did the referee see last night?
All right, so when you look at the initial play, the initial pass, the player was not in an offside position.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to the second phase of the action, where you saw the Croatian player, it touched the head.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, the attacking player was in an offside position.
Mm-hmm.
Now it left the Croatian head and then fell onto the head. Was it the head of the Portuguese?
The Portuguese defender, yeah.
So when you look at that, that was not a deliberate play by the defender.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we call a deflection. So the player did not have the time and the control of the body to make a deliberate pass. So you take that defender out of it and you go back to that touch of the head, and then the attacking player that was in the offside position.
Oh.
So that's it. He received the ball from the player, from his own teammate, and he was in the offside position, and hence the assistant was correct to hold up the flag.
Okay.
And the correct decision.
Yeah, and they are confirmed.
And again, this is why we have the technology. We have the technology to use it as factual information. So when VAR produce the facts, that is what the referee is going to use.
Yeah. You know
what
facts
represented, the referee used it to make a
You know what
decision.
you just did? You simplify this thing so well, I have no doubt. You know what you just said? And it's so simple, Andrew. Because the touch of the defender was not deliberate. In fact, when we looked at it, the defender, he went up, he didn't even know where the ball was. He looked like this, the ball was over, and he didn't know where the ball was. So what you do, you take him out of it. And once you take him out of it, then it becomes clearer.
Yeah, it's
as simple as that.
It was an inconsequential touch.
There you go. There you go. Valen, I'm so happy we got you. We don't want to see these things happen in the football game.
No, but Wayne, don't let him off so easy. You know, this is one of the calls that we agree with him.
Talk for yourself, Andrew.
The thing is, if the referees
there are
wrong,
some that we question.
if the referees get it wrong, I'm going to say that they are wrong.
Yes.
Once they get it right,
And that's why you're in the hot seat.
yes.
You see like how you that planting there. Also be planting as well. All right, folks. The players are out. The pre-game formalities are taking place. The national anthems and all. So we're heading over now to the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, for Australia. The Socceroos against the Pharaohs from Egypt. Mo Salah, Marmoush, and the rest. We'll see you at halftime.
nation proud. Them play and play.
It's halftime in Dallas, Texas. Egypt leading Australia by 1-0. Imam Ashur, the player who plays his club football at Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League, he has given the Pharaohs the lead, and that they take into their dressing room. And as you've heard the commentator repeatedly said, the lead is a fragile one because the Australians have taken a foothold into the game, having conceded, and Egypt, you get the impression that they've not been pushing on since taking that lead in minute number 13. So it's 1-0 in favor of Egypt. It's the last day of round of 13 football here at the FIFA World Cup in the US, Mexico, and Canada. 2 more games before the end of the round of 32. And today is match day 22 at the World Cup. So it's a 39-day tournament. And we're in the 22nd day of the tournament, so we're slowly winding down. And the round of 16, would you believe it, begins tomorrow. And we've got Morocco against Canada, and France is also in action against Paraguay. We have those games to come, but at the moment, it's the Pharaohs of Egypt leading their game by 1-0 over Australia. Let's talk about it with Andrew Price and Valdin Legister. And of course, you're watching and listening to Nationwide 90 FM. And we'd like to say thanks to our sponsors who have made the coverage of the World Cup possible. Valdin, your impression of the first 45 minutes?
As we expected, closely contested game. Egypt started out there better of the teams and got the go-ahead goal. Australia, they played themselves back into the game. Had one shot on goal, keeper had to make a save. But I get the feeling that it's not going to be a lot of goals in this one.
Mm-hmm. Andrew?
It has been a very tactical chess match. I think Egypt came out the more aggressive team and got the early goal. And since then, they have really resigned themselves to keep what we have and see how long we can keep them at bay. The Australians in the last 20 minutes of the half really got into the game and started to show some impetus going forward. But when you look at the percentage of possession, Australia has 44 to Egypt's 56. So I believe that Australia has to get more of the ball to make things happen. There's a possibility that Josh may be out. He had a strong tackle there at the end of the game, and it looks like he won't be able to continue. So they'll have to bring in somebody. But the game is not over, and I always tell people a game is 90 plus minutes. So we have another 45 to go.
Yeah. Mo Salah came into the World Cup not the Mo Salah that we're used to seeing, in the dominant Liverpool years. He's really had a down season, and it does seem as if his career's trajectory is heading north. Almost like a passenger for Egypt now. Is he one of those Ronaldo, Modric, Lukaku type that they now need to manage his minutes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's getting up in age. Let us take it on for what it's for. He's getting up in age. He had a tough season with Liverpool this year. He has not been at his best, but we know the type of mercurial player he is, and at any time he can unlock an entire defensive system. So, though he's not getting involved in the game a lot, they still need to be circumspect, the Australian defensive unit, because at any time Mo can come alive.
And we saw Marmoush looking lively.
Exactly, they look very lively up front.
Yeah. Valdin, the Australians are more, with all due respect, more known as a cricket nation. Their football has been growing over the years, yeah? So much so even Usain Bolt played for a club down there. And year in, year out, when they come to the World Cup, you look out for them to see the sort of progress that they make. Is Australia's football one that you would probably think, given the progression from one World Cup to the next, is heading in the right direction, or it's one that it's almost a stalemate? Whenever you see them, it's the same Australia you see.
Australia is a nation like this. They are very disciplined. So whichever sport they take part in, they're going to do well at it. They have the resources, so they are doing some investment. So for me, I think it's going in the right direction, but it's going to take some time. It's not like the Brazils and the Argentina of this world, where football is their main sport. So it's going to take some time, but for me, it's going in the right direction. And they are doing well. They have always qualified for the World Cup and have always made progression. So there's some success there.
The decision to take them out of the Oceania and take them to Asia, I don't know what to make of it.
Well, when they were in Oceania, they were automatic qualifiers every year. And now they wanted to be more competitive in the Asian group, so they brought them there. And they're still qualifying for the World Cup, so it shows that they're on the right path. What I think the Australian FA needs to do is to see if they can get a lot of their young players overseas to play in a lot of the global leagues across the world, so that they can improve their playing standard and get the exposure and experience. But I believe they're on the right trajectory. Things haven't gotten easy for them to qualify for the World Cup since moving to the Asian group, and I just believe that they just need some cutting-edge players to really carry them over the hump. But perennially, they have been doing well. I mean, to reach the round of 16 in any World Cup is an achievement.
Yeah. I don't know. Valdin, it's my view that they're playing it safe with the coaches that they employ. Most of them are Australian coaches, or coaches that are on the periphery of being a big coach. You think they probably need they've got the resources, as you say. Do you think they need to introduce a big name coach, a top coach in the world, not only to sort of inspire confidence in the players themselves, but in corporate Australia to push them over the hump in terms of the support and the resources that they put in it, to do what Andrew said, get their younger players into Europe and those places?
That is possibly what they need to do, but at this point, I think they believe in themselves, and they want to use somebody from local soil to get them where they want to be. But to get those results, as Andrew would have said, they probably need to get an international coach who would probably raise the stakes in terms of how people view football, and I think that could be the trick.
Yeah, Damien, come back to me. We're here still covering the World Cup, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's halftime over there in Texas. It's Egypt leading Australia by 1-0. We're going to go to a break and come back.
On October 28, 2025, Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica. But your government is mobilizing, reaching every community, delivering relief, and rebuilding together. The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is
2:01.
Win with KFC, big league, join the league. Win a trip to Brazil, oh you mean? Yeah. Big deal, meal deal, big match. Just buy KFC and win that. From now until July 20th, 2026, buy a big deal or meal deal for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Brazil. Courtesy of KFC. That's $500,000 cash from Best Dressed Chicken. 11 weekly winners score free KFC for a year. 65-inch TVs, smartphones, and more. Just WhatsApp your receipt to 876-784-7811 to enter and win big in the KFC Big League. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries.
Hey, turn up for 25. Turn up for 25. Could I drive out fresh in a MG ride with a staycation, all inclusive flex? Yeah. I touch a million cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5, and home upgrade.
Turn up your winning this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
From the biggest tracks to the biggest energy, Nationwide keeps it moving. If you love the vibes, come and lock in with us for real.
World boss, leave a prison could stop me.
Join the Nationwide 90FM Family Club today on Patreon.
Practice. God, me say you watch you off, me practice. Win with KFC, big league, join the league. Win a trip to Brazil, oh you mean? Yeah. Big deal.
meal deal, big match. Just buy KFC and win that. From now until July 20th, 2026, buy a big deal or meal deal for a chance to win a trip for two to Brazil. Courtesy of KFC, plus $500,000 cash from Best Dressed Chicken. 11 weekly winners score free KFC for a year. 65-inch TVs, smartphones, and more. Just WhatsApp your receipt to 876-784-7811 to enter and win big in the KFC Big League. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting Gaming and Lotteries.
All right, so it's halftime. The players should be getting ready to reemerge from their respective dressing rooms. It's Egypt leading Australia by 1-0. After that, we'll have 2 more spots to fill in the round of 16 that gets underway tomorrow. And it's Canada against Morocco. That should be a big one for CONCACAF. Will CONCACAF's interest in Canada, or Canada's interest in the World Cup, disappear tomorrow after they play Morocco, or will they move into the quarterfinals? What a massive fillip that would be for CONCACAF football and for Canada's football, of course. And then it's France, the global favorites, against Paraguay, who slayed the Germans and resulted in the sacking or the resignation of Julian Nagelsmann, the 39-year-old coach, and it's almost certain now that Jurgen Klopp would be the next German coach. He's expressed an interest in it, and he's meeting with the German Football Association to sort that matter out. By the way, for Jamaica, we should be naming our coach in this month, I think, the middle of this month, or close to the end of the month, certainly before month end. And let's see who that. It certainly won't be Jurgen Klopp. But let's see who Michael Ricketts goes for. The players are back out on the field, and without further ado, we're going to head back over to the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, for the continuation of the game, and we'll see you at the end of the game.
I thought it was
them nation proud. Them play and please the crowd. Man, them a baller. Man, them a baller. Each game is so intense. Attack versus defense. Man, them a baller. Man, them a baller. And all the fans are here. They've come from every...
Heartbreak for Australia. Heartbreak for Australia. And I can just imagine the people down there in Hobart, in Melbourne, in Sydney, in the capital, Canberra, and all around the country are really, really crestfallen right now because the Socceroos are out of the World Cup. So in 2018, they lost to the eventual champion, 2006, when they got there. So this is their third trip to the knockout round for Australia. In 2006, they were knocked out by Italy, who went on to win the title. In 2022, they were knocked out by Argentina, who went on to win the title. Is Egypt going to be crowned world champions? No, I don't think so. But congrats to the Pharaohs, yeah? They really stuck in there, even when the Australians threatened. So, Australia out of the World Cup, tears all around, and Mo Salah extends his World Cup sojourn. And they'll play the winner of the Argentina Cape Verde game that will be coming up next at 5 o'clock. So we're going to do a quick wrap-up and go get some rest before we get back here at 4:30 to build up to that Argentina Cape Verde. So we're just going to ask Andrew and Valdine to just quickly give us their reaction to the 120 minutes of football. The lottery, the penalties are lottery, so we won't even talk about that. But Valdine, let's start with you quickly because we want to get out of here at 4. How did you see it?
As I would have predicted, I didn't see a lot of goals in this match. Fortunately, Australia would have gotten back one from an own goal. And then the game petered out, didn't see too much of excitement, attacking play. Egypt held their nerves, and they were able to pull through.
Andrew?
Well, the second half, we thought it would be over, but Australia had other thoughts. The fact of the matter is that from there on, after they scored, the game petered out into a chess match where none of the teams really wanted to expand and go forward and really stayed behind the ball. Even into extra time, I think each team had their brief period where they had some amount of ascendancy, but no clinical finishing. So it was left down to the dreaded penalty kicks, and luckily for Egypt, they prevailed, scoring all 4 of their penalties, while Australia gave 2 of their central defenders penalties, one an 18-year-old, and both of them skied their penalties over the bar.
Yeah. Well, it ended badly for the Australians. I'm sure they would have entered the game today with hopes of getting into the round of 16. Didn't quite work out for them because the Pharaohs of Egypt were just too resilient today, held their nerve better in the penalty shootout, and also advancing to the round of 16. They play in another 5 days, yeah, and they're going to play the winner of the Argentina versus Cape Verde game. As we mentioned, 2 more games are on the schedule for today. It's the final day of the round of 32. Later tonight at 8:30, it's going to be Colombia against Ghana. So far, we've got 2 African teams. And look at the 2 African teams who are in the round of 16. Look at the 2 African teams who are into the round of 16. It's Egypt and Morocco. Yeah,
North Africans.
2 North African teams, yeah. And we were just having a conversation just this week, about 2 days ago, about the prowess of the North African countries as far as their representation of the continent is concerned. So 14 teams, so we've already secured spots into the round of 16. We're going to fill out the last 2 tonight. Will it be Argentina? Will it be Cape Verde? Will it be Colombia? Will it be Ghana? And the next 5-6 hours, I'm sure, will bring that home to us as to who will. The round of 16, no rest for the wicked. The first rest for the World Cup is going to be on Wednesday. There's no game on Wednesday. So the round of 16 starts tomorrow with 2 massive games. Yeah, champions of Africa, Morocco will be in action. And of course, the favorite for the World Cup, France, will also be in action. What we're going to do, we're going to take a break at the moment. The Argentina Cape Verde game starts at 5. So we'll come back at 4:30 to build up to that game. Until then, take care.
Nationwide 90 FM has just presented action from the 2026 FIFA World Cup Finals.
Brought to you by our platinum sponsors, KFC, it's finger licking good. Gold sponsors, Digicel. Powered by you, connected by us. Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Sagicor Group Jamaica. Wise Financial Thinking for Life. National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development. Barita, making money work for you. Our silver sponsor, Anybet, and our bronze sponsors, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way.
Same time I hear all the fans them go. Game time now cause the referee blow. Excitement from the left, the star row. Which team you feel gon' score the first goal? From all over the world, people are turn up. Unity we say, nothing couldn't hurt us. This is our game, we love the World Cup. Competition with a purpose. Man, them a baller. Man, them a baller. This is the greatest show the world has ever known. Man, them a baller. Man, them a baller. Them make them nation proud. Them play and please the crowd. Man, them a baller. Man, them a baller.
Mark's the Superstore, Lionel Town and Portland Cottage Beer Clarendon has all your hardware needs.
Visit our expanded showroom today and shop at leisure for your building materials, furniture, and appliances.
Take advantage of the 10% discount every Thursday on all brands cooking gas.
The Time by Mark's Superstore, helping you build dreams from the ground up, is
401.
And when this for the match day, whole team there when the fans say Biggie Box. Match day and we have the food, yeah. Biggie Box. We rep the same team and Wendy's FC every match day. Wendy's Biggie Box. Get ready for the match with a Wendy's Biggie